I just first want to say thank you to my colleagues in the House, Ayanna Presley, Alexandra Acosta-Cortez, Jamal Bowman, Martin Jones, and also Cory Bush. Cory Bush did, this was an issue that we've been fighting for months. Extending each eviction moratorium, at first by sending letters, by making phone calls, and we were successful. But we were not. We had to switch strategies, and it was because of Cory Bush's leadership that we decided to stay on the steps. I had already gone home, and I decided to rush back to make sure that I followed through on that fight, and it was an important fight because it told people that we still cared. It didn't matter if we hit one obstacle, but it was going to be make sure we're going to keep going no matter how big that obstacle. And you know what? We did make a difference. Extending that moratorium did help people when in their hardest of times, make sure that they weren't evicted. I had renters' rights workshops in LA when I got back to tell them about their rights. But I had advocates tell me that they had clients that were protected because of this action, because of what we finally got to do. But here's the thing. It's also about lived experience. And Cory Bush's lived experience matters. But you don't have to have been on the streets to care. Right. You just have to imagine yourself in their shoes, in their car, in their tent. You just have to imagine how hot it is right now to understand that if you're on the streets day after day, it takes a beating not only on your health, but your mental soundness and your financial wherewithal to get back on your feet. I represent the city of LA, the east side, downtown. We have one of the largest homelessness crises in the country. 48,000 people, 68,000 in the county. And if we allow more people to end up on the streets, it hinders our ability to get the people who already need the help into housing as quickly as possible. So this is not just about the people who are housed, but it's also about the people who are currently still living on the streets. And we need to make sure that we continue to think about them in everything we do. And for people who don't think, oh, this is nothing to do with healthcare or people's health, I've taken tours of the LA County General, and when they bring in a patient, they have risk factors. And now in the city of, and we need to do more. And this Keeping Renters Safe Act will help do that. It will allow an administration, not only this one, but future administrations to move faster when there is a crisis. Because there will be another healthcare crisis in this country when it comes to a pandemic. And if people think that this one has passed, they're sadly mistaken. And people that tend to say it's passed are often the ones within the states with the highest infection rates and the highest death rates. So they're not people you should probably be listening to for advice on how to handle this pandemic.
They're not living in reality.
They're not living in reality. So we're going to keep pushing. We're going to take the outside activism on the inside, and we're not going to give up until we protect every single renter in this country. With that, I'd like to introduce a longtime fighter in Congress. She might be short, but she is powerful, and that is the great. Oh, that's the great Vivian.